Greetings and salutations and all that. This is yet another evening stream of Autonauts, and today we are going to continue our adventures in Shardania. So let's see where we were yesterday. I believe we got to the point of having the most rudimentary stuff automated. Looks like we've got a bot out of power there, all fixed. Right, so we have some basic tools automated. We've got a good stock of wood. We may want to see about perhaps expanding the plank and pole production a little bit, just to try and keep up with demand. But we definitely got things rolling. So that's all good and fine. Next up, we will probably have to dig into a bit of research. So we'll see about getting stuff set up for that, so we can start learning new stuff. Just before we get started for real, I'm gonna have a look in here quick. So these certificates are basically our way to unlock different things. So we may want to focus on trying to complete some of these certificates. The ones with the book cover on are the ones that we haven't done yet. So we'll have to look at those more or less in order. First of all, we need to get some berries going. We need 20 of each. We need to get some mushrooms going, 20 of those. And then we need to spawn in some villagers or colonists, so we can start producing some of that lovely wool. And in doing that, we kind of get to the whole science part of it, which will help us develop new technologies. So that's some of the stuff that we will be looking at today. For now, though, let's do a bit of area cleanup, I guess. I'd like to move the whatchamacallits, words failing me today. Tool shop, that's what it's called. I was thinking about moving the tool shop over on the other side of the quarry just to get it out of the way so we've got a little more space to work with, but I think I'm actually just going to move the whole woodworks instead, and then just explore a bit further over here and see if we can move some of it over here, because at some point soonish we're going to need some space for all of those colonist things, and I was kind of thinking we put it up here to begin with, but that will probably conflict a little bit with the woodworks, so I think I'm going to move that over a bit, just to clear out the space a little bit. And actually, I think I need to go make myself a scooter, because this moving around slowly is just annoying. Oh, there's a nice open space here. Oh, hey Pancakes, good to see ya. Almost dying 10 times in hardcore Minecraft. That's not fun. Because that basically means the end of your stream. So you gotta be careful. Gotta be careful. Okay. Right. So we do have a tiny issue here because the winder for the forestry ran out. So we're gonna go help him out quick. And then we're gonna see about moving this entire setup a little bit. Hey Sky, good to see ya. How you been? let's see. And Cookie King, hey, good to see you. Welcome to the chaos. I'm good, thanks. Sun is finally shining again. It's been a great couple of days. Not exactly the best thing for the mood, I guess, but today has been pretty good. Right, so I kind of want to get this out of the forestry a bit. So we're gonna move this around a bit, which also means that I need to move the yeah, I should have stopped them because now they're just gonna produce a new one. Well, I guess that's fine. Put that there, and then we're gonna have to stop this guy once he's done, because right now he's searching for a bot in that particular spot, which is not going to help out much. So gotta move the controller dude. Actually, before I do that, I'm gonna make that scooter that I keep babbling about. Right, so oh, right, we don't have it yet. I believe we only get the scooter once we've got the whole colonist seeder and incubator stuff up and running. So that also means we need to get some food going. So for now I'm just gonna leave those wheels there. Yes, I can make a bot that effectively runs the other bots. Well, at least to some extent. We don't quite have the tech for all of the parts that we can do with the bots just yet, but it's something that we will be getting sometime soonish. Right now, as an example of one bot controlling others, this one particular bot right here, the bot crafter, actually controls 4 other bots. So this guy is in charge of instructing the other bots on when to craft a new bot. So in a sense, you could say that he does run the other bots. So I'll put that there for now. That should be fine. Then we just need to move him here. Actually, I think I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna have him move to the bot assembly instead. So that way he will follow if I move this. So I basically just need to move that output area potentially. So I'll have him do that instead. And this guy is a new one, and that one is a new one. So I'm gonna go grab this guy and just put him here for now. And then in a sense, yes. Once you have the Crude data disk, you can actually have one bot program scripts into another bot simply by effectively using the Crude data disk as a sort of upgrade. So you can basically, once you get the tech for the next tier of bots, these Mark 0 bots can then be upgraded by applying a head, a body, and some wheels, basically, which bots can do. So using the same mechanism, except holding a Crude data disk with some sort of stored script on it, you can then apply a script to another bot. So if I really wanted to, I could potentially set up say a different construction line that produces winder bots, which will then craft up a bot, load it up with a generic winder script, and then inform me that it's done, for example. So I can go fetch that bot and just rearrange its patrol area. That way I wouldn't have to go set up the winder script manually every time. So that's definitely possible. I think I actually did something similar in a previous world, just because I got tired of setting up those Winder scripts. So there are a lot of different tricks that you can use to do some cool stuff. I saw that Egan Wolf on Autonauts official Discord server, he actually made up a sort of a combined handling of cart parking using two bots. One of them searches for a vacant spot in the parking facility and then tells the other one, oh, I found a spot. And the other bot then goes to pick up the cart and goes to that spot. Very brilliant way he did that. Crude data disks are multi-time use. There's no durability on them, so once you craft up a crude data disk, you have it forever. You can swap out the scripts on it anytime you want. Download them from a bot, upload them to a different one, stuff it in the hands of a bot, and have that bot apply that script to another bot, and so on and so forth. So if you're a little bit ingenious about how you do things with this game, it actually becomes extremely flexible. You're not just locked to these fairly simple structures that we see here right now. You can actually do fairly complex stuff. So that's definitely in there. All right, so I kind of want to move the, let's put it here for now, I think, and then we'll move this over here and have, let's say we put the poles here and the planks here, and then these guys are going to derp out because they're trying to add to these and they were full, so that's why they are derped up a little bit. And then I kind of need to get this guy moving again, so restart him. And I kind of need to get this guy moving again, so go there. And we need to stop him because he is now an excellent example of, how should I put this, incorrectly handled pickup stuff. He assumes that his hands are empty when he restarts, so yeah, well, that would be down to me doing stuff in the game. And we kind of have the same issue with this guy, so we're gonna fix him as well. Add in hands empty, move that up there, and he should be good to go. And this guy should be good to go. So they will now move out of the way, which will let me move this back in place. So we'll put that right there, and then move the plank maker over here, and the pole maker over here. And then I'm going to add in a second set of these just to try and keep the production of planks and poles at a steady pace. And that guy is the bot thing here, so yeah, let's get going on those. There. That should take care of that. Then we just need to restart this guy because he got stuck down there, and that's because this one is full. Right. Alright, so these need a log and a crude axe, so we'll just, and yes, we can actually have bots construct these for us. At some point, I do want to set up a, whatchamacallit, an area for having bots construct stuff. These are the wrong ones. Yeah, I know. So I'm just gonna put this spade up here. I needed these guys. Two of those. There we go. One for this guy, and one for the other one. And then we'll set up their recipes and start adding in some bots to do the work, which is basically just a replica of the other ones, so nothing huge there. Rename this guy to chop block planks 2, and that one will be chop block pole 2. There we go. Again, this is just so I can keep track of which bots belong to what particular setup. So let's get this guy. He will be making planks and will be for the second iteration. So he needs to go fetch a log, which will be over here, and then stuff it on the chopping block. Oh, right, I actually need to move the tool shop winder as well. I forgot about him. Anyway, we only need him to go fetch a log if his hands are empty. And then we need him to wait at the chopping block until it's actually empty. So put him there, and that should take care of that. There we go. And then this guy will be the one that stores. And here we need to remember to have him check on whether his hands are empty or not. So we'll put that guy there. And he will then need to go fetch these, 2 of them, times 2. There, I'm just gonna grab the other one, delete these, and then put an if statement up there. If hands are empty, go do this. Otherwise, go over here and add these until your hands are empty. Repeat forever. Go. And right now I can't add that plank because my pallet is full. So that of course is going to be a bit of an issue. So just for the sake of being annoying, I think I'm just gonna throw this plank here for the moment. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay. And then where is the winder woodworks? Ah, he's sitting there. So we kind of need to move this guy a bit. So I think I'm gonna put him here instead. So have him go there. And then I'm just gonna move the entire area over a bit, just to make sure that it covers this entire setup nicely. There we go. And that will then take care of that bot being out of power. And a new one was made, so we'll go make pole. This would be for the second one. So this guy needs to go fetch a plank up here and then add it to that chopping block down there. So make sure that his hands are empty. And then go add it to this one. Put until the chopping block is empty. Again, just to prevent him from overproducing. And that takes care of this guy. So go. And maybe at some point I'll be able to add in this plank once I start doing a whole lot of other stuff. Just not right now. Store pole 2. And he's gonna go do exactly the same thing. So go fetch 2 of these. Times 2. There we go. Dude, would you move, please? Because I kind of need to pick up that one. Thank you. And here we're just gonna do the same thing, make sure that he only goes to pick those up if his hands are empty. and then have him go add to this one, which we can't do right now. That is a bit of a problem, sir. So store pole 1, we're just gonna stop for a moment, and then we're gonna go grab one of these, go back to store 2, record, and add it. That way we can get the script done, and we should be good to go. That one's full, so right now we've got 1 plank too many and 1 pole too many, and 2 sitting there. That's fine. So let's see. Do we have anything that requires? Yeah, let's make a couple of these. That should be fine. We're probably gonna need them anyway at some point, so might as well. Store and store. That'll clear out a bit of this, so we can clean up the mess. Oh, nice. Freaking annoying with that real life game, huh? Always interfering with stuff you want to do. Oh well. Right, so that at least clears out some of these planks, and then the other bots are stopped, so this will let me add in those surplus ones that we've got sitting down here. And then the bots will figure out how to balance that back in on their own. So that should be fine. Okay. There are 3 extra storage crates, always good to have. And then we'll just go clean up this mess that I made down here. And then we'll go have a look at some colonist production, I guess. There we go. And then we'll start these guys. They should all be up and running now. They're nice. Okay, so they'll take care of their business as they're supposed to, and that should keep us running with a decent amount of wood. So for some odd reason, this is not being wound up by the forestry winder bot. So I'm just gonna check the area quick. That would be why. So this needs to be expanded to cover the entire area. There we go. Right. Okay, so for the whole colonist business stuff, we kind of need to make these 3 things. Yeah, well, you kind of have to be supportive of your family. At the end of the day, you only have one family, so definitely stick with them. Right, so we need planks, we need poles. Absolutely, it will. We need crude gears and a lot of other stuff, so not fun. Let's see. How do we want to do this? Would actually love to kind of designate this space over here for builder bots. So I think I'm gonna do a build team. Yeah, let's have this ugly ass purple, pink purple as the builders. And then we'll add in, let's see, we need stones, we need sticks, we need poles, planks, and logs. So I think I'm gonna add in a separate section for some of those things, and then just have some supply bots deliver materials there. Yeah, let's get that done. Right, so we need some gears, and for that I know we need planks, so we'll go make up some gears here quick. There. They take 1 plank each. At some point I'm gonna automate the gear making as well. For now though, I think I'm just gonna make these few ones that we need. We need 2 for that one, 2 for that one, and none for this one. So that's fine. Yeah, we definitely need to make some of these. Let's see. We're gonna need 3 of these, so I'm just gonna put them here because then we don't have to travel so far. And then this needs 2 poles and 3 planks. So it's gonna be a bit of running back and forth. But luckily we don't have to walk all that far, so should be fine. There we go for the upgrade. Dude, let me add the damn thing. And a third one. 2 of these. Whoops. Now I've got 1 too many again. Dang it. That sucks. Put it there. I'm probably gonna end up making another mess. Oh well. There we go. Okay, so now we've got 3 pallets, 1 for logs, 1 for poles, and 1 for planks that we can put up in the build area. So that should be fine. And then over here somewhere, I think I'm gonna put down these. Preferably the what are these? So this will be for sticks and for stones. So I think I'm gonna do a setup like this. Quick. Yeah. Let's see. We'll do a market. This would be stone market. Logs supply market. Okay, so this will be stone supply market. There we go. And then this will be stick supply market. And we probably want one for tree seeds as well. So we'll do that. Tree seed supply market. And then we'll rearrange things so they move there instead. But we'll get to that. Now they are there prepared, so that's fine. We will need a few more of these, but for now I think I'm just gonna put up a blueprint of that, because that will give me plank, pole. Actually, a pallet would be more appropriate, but I think I'm just gonna put these down and 1 of these, and then this guy. None of these use any sticks though, so that's a little annoying. Here I'm gonna get plank, pole, crude gear, so I'm gonna add in the blueprint for a crude workbench, and then just set up a local workstation, crafting up those gears, so the bots can get the gears they need. Later on I'm probably gonna do a proper wood shop of sorts, or sort of a little wood production facility that will deal with all this construction stuff or crafting stuff. Right, so let's get these 3 down. We're definitely gonna need them. I know that I'm gonna need some more of these, so we'll put those up. We need for stones, we need for sticks, and we need for gears. So we'll put those up first. And to do that, we're just going to do another one of these, which will be builder supplies. That's just to keep the actual bots filling up the blueprints separated from the ones that are doing all the supply runs, like this guy. So he will be supplying logs. So his job will be to walk to the market, pick up however many logs that he can take, and then carry them to this pallet, which is going to take forever. But that's just how it is until hands are empty, and he's going to keep doing this. So there we go. And then he belongs up there, and then we can rename this guy, which will be log storage builders. There we go. Then we need another one to supply some planks. So we will have this guy go to the woodworks to pick up the planks and deliver them down to the builders. So he's gonna go there and pick up planks until his hands are full and go deliver them on this pallet until his hands are empty. There we go. That then sets up a supply line and he can get going. And at the moment it seems that we are waiting for something here. A log is missing. So, oh, he ran out of power. That's not good. So he's probably not gonna add that log. I doubt it. Nope, he's not. So I'm gonna have to go add that myself. There we go. Job done. Right. Then the bot crafter should go there, yep, and return afterwards. Right, so this would be plank storage at the builders. There we go. Then we'll make this guy into a pole supplier. Not a pole dancer. There we go. Grab pole, take that one, and I'm just gonna go pick this one up that we left behind before. Since we can now get rid of it, might as well bring it. There we go. Add it in, and he's gonna keep doing this until his hands are empty. Keep going forever. Everybody's happy. And then we can rename this to now be pole storage at the builders. There we go. Sweet. So we've got 3 main resources being delivered here, at least for now. And then the forestry winder is out of power again, it seems, wherever he is. Yeah, he's sitting behind a tree back there that I can't get to. Oh man, I love that. There we go. So maybe now? Yes. Sweet. May have to add in a second winder in here, just to be rid of that particular issue. Anyway, let's get a log builder. Build log. That'll be his job. So drag him up there, and we'll have him go fill up. Oops. Wind this guy up. There we go. There we go. Alright, so here do this until your hands are full, but we only want you to do this if your hands are not full. Or do we? Yeah, we only have 8 kilo so not a whole lot to work with. Let's see. Yeah, we'll do this and then go search for some blueprint that needs a log, like that one, for example. And then we're gonna expand this to max and basically just corner it down here, like so. And then we can move all the storages and such afterwards. So I'm gonna put this into a loop here that says until hands empty, but I'm also gonna do fail on exit or exit on fail. So the reason I'm doing this is so that if it can't find a blueprint, it'll go back and try and fill up its hands again. That way it kind of ends up following basically the palette with logs in it if there are no blueprints that require this particular resource. So just gonna move these a bit, move that one, move this one. They should still be inside, and then we can move these afterwards. So that should be fine. We'll add in a built plank, put him up here where he belongs, and I know that I'm gonna run out of power on these bots at some point. I'm kind of waiting for it to happen so that I can make up the winder script for it. There we go. Go find one of these and keep messing with these until your hands are empty. Exit on fail, and then I'm just gonna align this with the discovered area, so we have an idea of where roughly the blueprints go. And then we need another one for poles. So grab him, put him up there, and it's basically just repeat the same process over and over again. These need to be on empty, and expand this one, and then align it over here, like so. Repeat forever. Go. These are the basics for crafting up the whatchamacallums. Yeah, those ones. The crates. Christ, my brain just doesn't want to work today. Okay, so technically speaking, a winder is not exactly a supply mechanism, but we're gonna put two winders down here. One that covers the entire build area, and one that covers the local storage area here, and then we're just going to put a generic one out here to help reduce this particular issue, which is getting a little bit annoying. So for that, we're going to do a city winders, which is just generic ones placed somewhere random in the world. Yeah, why not? Let's use the pink one. So this guy will be a winder down here at some point, or rather, we will get a winder down here at some point. This one will be winder builders. And we will actually need him to come down here and for the moment just sit here. So we're gonna put him right about there. There we go. And then we'll put him in supplies. That's fine. Then we'll add another one. Winder build supplies. And this guy will then take care of this area here for us. So for now I'm just gonna stick him here, like so, and then we can fix them up when the bots run out of power again. So we will need a crate for sticks, we need one for stones, we need one for the gears that we're gonna make, and we probably also need one for tree seeds at some point. Though at the moment I'm not too fussed about it. So yeah, it doesn't matter, we'll grab them. This will be stick storage for the builders, and this will be stone storage for the builders, and that will be yeah, we'll put tree seeds here. Builders, there we go, and then we'll put the crude gear storage. I'm derping up today. Builders, there we go. Right, so that would be why. And this guy needs one, so we actually need to get a oh man, is he out of sync again? Pole. You should only have one pole. Yeah. Oh, it's because he ran out of power, that's why. Gotcha. You see, when they run out of power, that 5-second wait just isn't enough. So timing issues, something that we will need to solve at some point, but I'm pretty sure that it will eventually resolve itself, so it shouldn't be all that big of an issue. Okay, so I'm gonna have a look at dang, cat, it needs a mute button. Anyway, right now, kind of need to do something about the sticks and the tree seeds and rearrange the stone a bit so they get delivered up here. But for right now, I see that I can actually fix up this guy. So we're gonna go do that quick. Because we have a bot down here that's out of power, which is awesome. So we'll have him go wind up this guy, and then we'll change this entire area right here. See, 11, 13, and we're gonna overlap on the other area a little bit, just to be sure that we can actually keep things rolling properly. So put that guy there, and I kind of want to put him someplace else. So I think I'm gonna put him about here instead. So do that forever. Go. Cool. And I would like to stack these up to 3, so I'm gonna need another 6 crates. And since we've got the crate, or at least that part of the building working up here, we'll just have the bots do it for us. There we go. Nice. And I see that a lot of other stuff has been added up here, which is super nice. So for now, we will do a... I think we'll make a... Nah, never mind. Let's see. In the forestry, we don't quite yet have anything that handles these sticks, except collecting them. So we're gonna add in another bot in the forestry that, let's see, that moves sticks from the forestry to the market. And the bot that we currently have in the bot shop fetching tree seeds, we're going to change that to go fetch at the market instead, and then add in another bot in the forestry group that unjams the crate over here and moves excess over to the market instead. So let's start by adding in a move stick dude. He's basically just going to be moving sticks pretty much all the time. So that'll be fine. There we go. So you're gonna go here, grab however many sticks you can, and then you're gonna head to this guy and unload there, and you're gonna keep going. There we go. So he's gonna automatically fill up that box, and then the next one is for stone, which let's see. Are we gonna put him in the quarry? Yeah, I think we are. We're gonna call him on Jamstone. So he's gonna look at the box over at the quarry, and whenever the box at the quarry is full, if the box at the market is not full, then he's gonna go pick up a bunch of these and move them over there. So we should be able to grab one stone from here without it changing state. Exactly. So this is gonna be a little bit of a tricky script to set up. See, what I want him to do is I want him to wait until this box is basically flagged as full. And when it's full, he's basically gonna wait for this box to be not full. And when that happens, he's then gonna go grab a handful of stones and carry them over there. So have him put there. So when this one is full, then he's gonna wait for that one to be not full. So we're gonna do repeat until not full, which is this one. And he's still gonna wait here, and then he's gonna grab however many he can carry and deliver however many he can over here. And keep doing that until his hands are empty, and that's it. There we go. So he now takes care of that, which means we now need to change the stone supply as well as the stick supply on these utility bots, because right now the stone supply goes to the quarry to fetch those stones, which we don't really want. So we'll replace those, go to the market instead, and there we go. Right, so deliver there, and then we're gonna do the same for the stick guy. That would be this one, and go fetch one of these. So there we go. Right. And this winder guy is starting to annoy me a little bit. But that's just part of it, I guess. At least until we can upgrade a little bit. There we go. Right. So the last one that we need to fix is the tree seed thing. So that will also be part of forestry. But I need to stop this guy because right now he's basically doing the job that I need him to do, except in the wrong location. So he is currently checking if that one is full. which he is supposed to. And then he moves to that box up here in the bot shop, which is what I don't want him to do. So I'm basically just gonna rename this guy to Unjam, and then move him down into forestry instead. And then I'm going to go snag a tree seed here quick, and then reprogram where he delivers, which would be there. Move to the market supply and add to the market supply. So that takes care of him. And then we can add in another, a new bot in the bot shop that goes to the market to pick up the tree seed. So we'll do supply tree seed and put him in the bot shop quick. There we go. And he will then have a look at this tree seed storage. He's only going to add to it if it is no longer full. So we actually need him to go here and pick up however many, and we need him to deliver here for however many. So this one stays as is, and then we're going to change this, and we're going to do until this one box is full. And when it's full, he's just going to keep moving to it. There we go. That way he will follow the box if I move it, hopefully. Right, so now we've got the market set up that will then act as a sort of centralized storage for us. And that also means that we can then do this and thereby upgrade the storage capacity, but we can now also add in bots that supply these particular resources down to the builders. So we'll add in a supply stick, which belongs in here. Zonk. And we'll have him go fetch from here. Nope, wrong. We need him to fetch from here. That's the market. So please take a stick, thank you. Hat's full, and we'll go deliver to this box. Make pick stick, yep. Do have some funny names sometimes, but that's pretty much just up to me trying to name my bots in some I don't know, reasonable manner, I guess. There we go. So we now have a stick supplier down here. And then we'll do the same for stone and for tree seeds. And then actually we can do the stick builder now. So we'll do him. Build stick. So he belongs up there. And we need him to fetch a handful of sticks from here until hands are full, and then he's gonna go find a blueprint in here somewhere and keep doing that until his hands are empty. Expand the area there, overlay it with the other ones like so, and keep doing this forever. There you go. So that will then complete the crude workbench that we need down here. We're going to need that to make the crude gears later on. For now we need to go power this guy because he ran out. How many languages do I speak? Well, I'm a bit rusty on my German, to be honest, but Danish, English, and German. If a Dutch person slows down his speech, I can probably make out most of it, but I can't speak it. That's just a real tongue twister. uh, no offense to the Dutch, but that's a bit beyond my capabilities at the moment, at least. In terms of coding, over 100. But that's an entirely different bag of cats, I guess. Right, so this spot got finished. Nice. Um, we needed a stone supplier. That's what I was doing. Supply stone. And this guy, of course, needs to go to the market. This little piggy went to the market. So he's gonna go there and grab a handful of stone and go deliver them there. And until they are empty, he's gonna keep doing this until that box is full, and then there we go. So we now have a stone supplier, and then we're gonna need a tree seed supplier, because I do believe that there are some of the blueprints that require tree seeds still, so we might as well have them. So he's gonna supply from this box. Hands are full and deliver there. Da, 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 da. I definitely need that. There we go. Hands empty until this box is full, like so, and just stay there. Go. Alright, so that takes care of those supply lines. Next up, we're gonna have to get one of these to craft up those gears. So I think I'm just gonna do this, and then put this workbench back here. Then maybe we can have a single bot do that entire recipe. I'm not entirely sure. The crude gear takes 1 plank, so that's gonna mean 2 commands to pick up the plank, 2 to add to the workbench. That's a total of 4. Another 3 to pick up from the floor, so that's 7, plus another 2 to add to the box, that's 9, and we then have 3 left. Repeat until the box is full, that's 10. Have him move to the workbench, that's 11, and the final repeat, that's 12. So one bot can just exactly do this. Right. So we have a tiny issue here with a bot being out of power, so now we're gonna make use of the generic winders. Winder generic 1, there we go. And he of course belongs in this team. And then we're gonna have him go wind up this bot right here so we can mess with the area, and this should be sufficient. Then we're just gonna put him right there. Go. Do that forever. We're good. Right. So that one is workbench, crude, gear, builders. Right. So let's see if we can squeeze a gear crafter into these 12 kilobytes that we've got available, and that would then be part of the supply chain for the builders. So we're just gonna stuff him in there like that, and then we're gonna see if we can actually make him do it. So first of all, it takes 1 plank to make up gear, so we're gonna go fetch a plank right there. That's 2, then add it to the workbench. That's another 2. And then have him pick up a gear. That's 5, and it'll automatically resize to the output pad, which is fine. And then add to that box. And he's going to keep doing this until that box is full. This box. And when he's done, we're going to have him move to the workbench and just sit there, and he's going to do this forever. And that fits perfectly into a 12 kilobyte memory. So we're all good. Make crude gear. There we go. Get going, dude. And now that we've got crude gears, we can actually add a bot that uses them. But before we do that, I'm just going to go snag these extra crude gears that I made up here and put them in a box down there. Let's see, I'm going to have to take 2 at a time, it seems. So, back and forth, back and forth. There's always a little bit of back and forth in this game. Come on, little Autonaut. We want to get this done before the crafter bot actually finishes this particular step. There we go. Nice. Right. So let's get another builder bot up there. In China, they have the future. Did see small news thing on TV where some tourist was asking a local Chinese guy for direction. This old guy takes a phone. Okay. Sounds very familiar. Right. So we actually need to craft up with stone as well. I forgot to make that one. So we'll do that's what you call lost in translations. Awesome. Oh man, life is crazy. Fill up your hands, go find a blueprint somewhere, and add until your hands are empty. Fix this guy, like so. And do that forever, please. Thank you. Sweet. So that'll finish up the research station. Then I just need to add in a bot that adds the gear stuff. You're ready to begin your exciting journey of scientific discovery. Yay! Everybody cheer! All available research is summarized here. Click on an entry to see what you need to research, and all related to technology unlocked. Right. You can now research any of the level 1 technology. Yay. Yeah, I haven't quite connected the bot in again because for some reason it doesn't accept my login, so I can't log into it. But I'll get it fixed at some point. I just can't remember which email I used to register it with. So I'm gonna have to dig through my archives and see if I can figure out which one it was. Right, so this is the very beginning of everything research in this game, and there is quite a bit of research down there. So we've got a long road ahead of us before we're done, but we've gotten to the point of being able to actually do some research. So some of the things that well, at the moment we kind of need to prioritize what we want to research first. So we've got these 6 different technologies. They each do something different. So we just need to figure out which one we want to focus on. Any suggestions? So this will give us a crude blade, a mallet, which we can use to whack trees and get extra seeds and sticks, fruits and such. So if we whack an apple tree with the mallet, it'll basically just drop the apples, which is pretty cool. A fishing stick, you catch fish with that thing. This is to catch bait and leeches. Bait is used to increase the chances of getting fish when using a fishing pole. It's not going to require a whole lot. This one adds in an extra workbench um, and some extra storage, including a bucket so we can scoop stuff, and a backpack for us, which just adds in an extra backpack slot. Crude farmable tools adds in a scythe, a hoe, a flail, which is super useful for the berry bushes, simply because it just has far better durability than a stick does, and crude shears, so we can shear sheep, for example, once we find them. The one tricky thing about this one is that it actually requires a crude blade to start the research. So in order to start researching farming technology, we have to research tool technology first. Then there's robotics technology, which is effectively just a massive upgrade of the whole robot system, including expansions like a brain upgrade, which adds more memory so we can make bigger scripts, increased search area. This one I haven't quite worked out yet. Bots can hold more in its end effector hands. Apparently this is supposed to expand, I think, the amount of slots that the bot has in its primary inventory. Bot backpack, so it gets an actual backpack inventory or an upgrade for it. This one increases the efficiency on the power spendage, so a charge lasts longer, and this one increases movement speed. Then we have the simple hut for villagers, which upgrades them from the very basic tier to the next one. And finally we have food stuff, which kind of ties in with the whole shelter technology. By farming, I assume you mean the farming tools, so farming technology. In any case, if we want to go down the farming technology, we will have to research the tool technology, so we might as well take that. So for that we're going to need a stone, which shouldn't be a huge issue. But we also need to spawn in some colonists to actually do it, and that's kind of what we're working on at the moment. See, we've got the seed dispenser right here. It's not completed yet, and we have the incubator right here, which isn't completed either. And we do need some sort of food in order to actually incubate the colonists. So we're going to have to set up some food production of some sort. For now, though, let's get the crude gear builder added, so we can actually get these finished. And he's gonna go here and fill up his hands, and then go find a blueprint. Just like the other ones. Keep doing that until you're empty, and expand this so it covers the same area. There. And do this forever. Go. And that will then complete the seed dispenser and the incubator. So next up, we kind of need to figure out where we want to put some sort of food production. and I can see that the quarry has run out. Colonist seed dispenser. Here's a pot of... Thank you. And we also need to... let's see, let's get this guy. Huh. Oh, that one belongs to the digger, this one belongs to the collector, and that's the winder. Gotcha. I got confused by those empty battery symbols. Right, so we've got those built. For now I'm just going to put them in our little build bar. And then we're going to see about finding an area to set up some... yeah, we definitely need a bot up here too. Another generic winder, because these keep running out of power, which isn't particularly good. So this guy I'm gonna add in as another generic. So winder generic 2. And then I think I'm just gonna place him here for now. So go there. And then at some point when these up here run out of power again, I'm gonna set up his search area. Just to try and keep them running. Okay. So, farms. Let's have a look at this quick. This one suggests some sort of berry plantation, orchard. Same for the mushrooms. We could do the same for trees, apple trees, because we do have one apple tree. So we might actually be able to slowly over time build up an actual apple orchard. And then at some point we will have to go find some pumpkins. I know that they suggest that we should use the scythe on them, but I've actually found that it's way easier to simply just mallet them right away, hammer them pretty much where they spawn. Solely because then you save yourself one step in the process, because at the end of the day you need the broken up pumpkin pieces and you need the pumpkin seeds to replant it anyways. So cutting it up from the soil, carrying it someplace else, setting it down, and then smacking it with a mallet to pick up the pieces. It's just an extended process, so we can basically skip that step and just smack them right where they spawn. So when we set up a pumpkin patch for it, we'll do it that way. Just a little more efficient. Right, so we definitely need somewhere to put some food production. We also need some place to put down some colonists. So how about we go up here? Let's see. There we go. This would be the planning mode. So let's see if we can get a 7x7. This will then be for, I don't know, the berries. I'm kind of going by the standard 7x7 that the tier 0 or Mark 0 bots use by default. It's just easier. So if we put a berry patch there and then do maybe a mushroom patch here, make that red, or maybe the other way around. I don't know. Actually, we're gonna need a little bit of space, come to think of it, because we do need to set up some local storage and such, so things can actually work. And I think I want to swap out these two actually. Put the mushrooms there and the berries here. Then, yeah, that should be fine. All right, we'll put them there. So this planning mode is absolutely brilliant when you want to plan out stuff. And you can toggle them visible in-game, Control P, and that'll toggle them. So this just shows us where we want to put this stuff down. So for now, I think I'm gonna actually first add in a turf team. There we go. And then they are going to need a box, which we currently don't have. So we need one for a spade, and then we're gonna need another 3 to store the turf in. So that should be fine. And then we'll do a couple of teams, a couple of bots here to dig up the turf. And let's see, I'm gonna add in a couple more here. And then I'm gonna go steal a spade there. And for some odd reason that store spade bot is out of sync. I'm not entirely sure why, but actually let's have a look at him. He really shouldn't be, but oh well, whatever. Or is he looking at Crude, spade, supply, tool shop? Okay, so that's what's wrong. See, it was supposed to be until it's full, so that's why he's out of... there we go. Go. Now he's probably gonna derp out, but we'll fix him later. Anyways, I wanted to go dig up these bushes, because we're definitely gonna need them. And might as well clear out this area so we have a little more space to build on. So for that purpose, we are going to reserve one of these boxes for the berries. So there we go. And then we'll just move this box over here and go fetch some more. Get rid of these. And then we're gonna go look for a bunch of mushrooms too. I believe we have some over there, yep. Grab these. And then these we need for the whole turf stuff. So this is kind of setting up more of a maintenance team of sorts to do some of those annoying, tedious tasks that need doing now and then. So this guy we're gonna need over here at some point, right? So now that we've got these, we're gonna set up a box here and then add in a another supply bot, and then we're gonna do that, right? So this guy will be a turf digger, and he's gonna be in the turf team, and his job will be to go to this one box here if his hands are ever empty. Go there. And then he's gonna go dig up some turf in this specific area right there. Like so. And he's gonna keep doing this until he fails, and when he fails he is going to go to this and instruct us that he is now done digging turf boss. There we go. So that'll generate a pop-up on screen when he's done digging up the designated area. And if he ever runs out of durability on the spade, he's going to go pick it up from this box. And I'm just going to rename this spade supply turf team. There we go. So this guy, we can actually start him. So let's get going. And then we'll have supply spade in the turf team. And he's gonna go here. And I can see that I need another generic winder over here. So he's gonna go there and there. Doop, 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 doop. And he's gonna keep doing this until this box is full. Plunk. And when it's full, he's just gonna follow this box around. Go. So that should keep us with supplied with spades, and then this one will be the turf collector. So he's gonna go in this area, down here, expand this all the way, might as well, like so. Keep doing this until his hands are full, and when he fills up, he's gonna go to this particular box and drop them all off and keep going. There we go. And this will then be turf storage for the turf team. There we go. So they can now take care of that, and I hopefully won't have to worry too much about it apart from giving them some power now and then. And we needed another generic winder over here, so generic winder 3, and then we're gonna put him over here and have him go take care of these guys. Expand this area, and I think we're gonna put him about there, and then actually I think I'm gonna set this guy up to cover a larger area. So what if we do something like this, and then have him wind up another, and have him cover this area, then that should be fine. And we'll just do forever here, it doesn't really matter. And then we'll put him in here. So if he's got nothing to do, he's gonna go there. There we go. Okay, so that's a little area trick. If he searches one area and it doesn't find a discharged bot, it's just gonna exit that loop and then try on the next one to see if there's a bot in the other area. If there's one there, it's gonna move, otherwise it's gonna bug out and just have him go back there. So that should help out a little bit. Right. So these guys are running out of power very quickly, which is a bit annoying, but whatever. Right, so I need to borrow another spade so I can go do this stuff, because I'm gonna need to dig up some more berries, and then I'm gonna have to fix up that area afterwards, because I would like to get them up in or get them planted in a sort of checkerboard pattern. Because that just makes it so much easier for the bots to access them and deal with them, so they don't have to necessarily walk into the space where the bush is, which drastically reduces the movement speed. Oh hey, yeah, I saw you changed name. Um, I kind of have to get used to your new name though. You've always been raw to me. Good to see you. Let's see, get some more mushrooms in here, and then, oh, I can get rid of those. Yeah, it has. Fairly long time, but stuff happens, real life, and changing interests and all that stuff. Just part of the normal life cycle, I guess. Dig them bushes, dig them berries, dig them bushies. We need to get rid of them. Actually, we need to get like, let's see, a 7 by 7 is 49, divided by 2, that's 48, that's 24, so 24 and a half, so potentially 25. No, I don't play on altitude anymore. I raised a concern, and people decided that it was an excellent idea to basically twist the whole topic onto a whole different story, which ended up with people completely overlooking the initial issue that I raised. And things just went sideways from there, because the whole all of those sexuality issues, and I identify with whatever, just was turned around to become some sort of hate war against me, and nobody listened, so I just silently left because I couldn't deal with it. I mean, how can you try and defend your case when people basically see you as black, despite the fact that you are white and it's staring them right in the face? So how can you reason with people like that? You just can't. So I just decided, screw it, see you guys. And that in and of itself caused a lot of stir too, so fun times. But hey, whatever. I think a lot of people have left by now, a lot of the old gang, but some got tired of playing, and there are always some reasons for people leaving. Just a normal part of the game, I guess. You kind of get burned out of it, burned out on it after a while, I guess. At least that's how it is for me. I just can't keep up, It's the same grind every single day, so it gets boring at some point. And you just want to do something else. We had a bunch of bushes over here too, so let's get those. So now I'm playing this instead. Kind of still a builder game, but different mechanics, and there's a ton of stuff to do in this game. It's not just running around doing the same grind over and over again. There are a ton of things in this game, that's for sure. And last kind of hint we got from the developers is that they are apparently working on yet another sort of content expansion that they'll hopefully be releasing at some point. Um, so looks like we've got even more content to look forward to, which is absolutely amazing. Let's see. See, I'm not too concerned about the mushrooms. It's more the berries that I want to get enough of. And this guy ran out of juice again, so we're just gonna go wind him up again. There we go. Yeah. In my opinion, they should never have upgraded the community to have that many servers. That totally trashed that familiar feel or family feel that it used to have, and let in far too many toxic people. But I've been saying from the beginning that they were way too lenient in how they chose to deal with troublemakers and idiots. But I mean, not my chair to deal with, so let them run their policies the way they see fit, and that's fine. But I've always said that they were way too lenient. Yep, I know. Right, so they are slowly chewing through all the turf up here for the mushroom farm, so at some point we can set that up. We actually need to go on a little bit of an adventure because right now we actually have a massive issue with this guy, so we gotta go fix him quick. The problem is that right now he's trying to pick up a spade while he's holding a spade, which definitely does not work. So there, that fixes that issue. And now they will craft up some more spades. So we actually did run out. Not good. Right, we need to go on a little adventure because we actually need a third crop for this entire setup. And for that, I think our little bot shop up here is actually a bit in the way. So that's not good. This guy, yeah, we're gonna have to move this guy. Because right now he's actually a little bit in the way, so we'll put him there instead. And then we're gonna have to move the bot factory, but to do that, I gotta remember to stop him this time, otherwise they are just going to produce another bot when I move the entire thing, which is not particularly good. So let's see, if we put yeah, we're gonna put the bot factory here, and then I need to go pick up this guy, move this mushroom stuff, and then put him there. And then I should be able to grab the bot crafter and move his point of focus there instead. And then we should be able to restart them all without them completely derping up. And it sure looks like it. Right. Then we can add in this guy, because we now have a bot sitting right there that's out of power, so we're gonna make use of him. Biggest possible area, and then we'll just put that right there, I think. Yeah, that should be fine. Do this forever. Go. Right. So the reason that I wanted to move the bot factory is because we actually need a third one up here, which will be for weeds. See, when we start producing the next rank of food, crafting up that food requires weeds as a partial ingredient, so we're gonna have to go see if we can find some, and lo and behold, we've got weeds. Weeds for days. Let's get another crate. So we'll go dig up some of these. Oh yeah, I saw it. Didn't quite get the reference, but possibly because I haven't, I don't know, seen it, I guess. Just gonna replant these quick. There. Seen the original, I mean. And there. Ah, okay. Well, I'm actually working on sort of a modernization of one of those old school things. But don't tell anyone. And I'm sitting here on open stream saying it. Just a hint of something to come. It'll most likely be kind of hinted and showcased and such on my Discord to begin with, and if I don't know, if I think it's worth doing a full stream on, I might do one evening dedicated to that particular setup or that particular project. We'll see. Don't quite know yet. Right, okay. So, we have a little crate full of mushrooms, we have a little crate full of berries, and we have a little crate full of weeds. So at some point when these guys are done digging this turf up here, which is right about now, he's gonna go over there and yell at me. Done digging the turf, boss. Okay. And I should probably mess up his script a little bit just to or change the scripting a little bit. I'm pretty sure that somebody in here will recognize that one, if you can read it. Anyway, it'll pop up again at some point. So here, I'm gonna have him dig up parts of the stuff for the berries, but I'm gonna have him do it in a checkerboard pattern. That way I don't have to dig it manually, and he can go completely bonkers doing those. So there we go. Then he'll do a nice checkerboard pattern, and I actually need to move the collector as well. So gonna grab him, move him over, and when the weeds are done, he's gonna need to go dig them as well. Unfortunately, planting the berries means that we have to dig holes, so all of the turf becomes, all of the soil becomes holes, so we can actually stuff some berries in there to grow the bushes. English be difficult, yes. I cannot find the words today. So if this guy could please move his butt, thank you. Then I can dig another hole and we'll go bonkers stuffing berries in those holes. Oh, you ran out of power, that's why. Yeah, I'll fix you. There you go. I'll go fetch some berries. Bonk. I think we need to plant like 20 of these to get the achievement. Yeah, I think it's 20 we need. Basically, grab 20 from bushes, put 20 in a box, and plant 20 of them. I think it's something like that. I should probably wait doing this until they're done digging, but whatever. I'll do it like this now. Doesn't really matter all that much. Though actually I think they might be able to get stuck inside them if the bush grows up while they're standing on the tile. Nah, they should be able to. Well, see, when we research these, now, cooking technology adds the crude mixing pot, we get the watery porridge, we get spiced berries, blah 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 blah. All of these recipes, these are all food recipes for basically the tier 1, or well, they actually do mark it up as tier 2. Anyways, these particular foods, if we go look at the recipes quick, so that would be, for example, the spiced berries. If we look at the recipes, we'll see that we need the crude mixing pot. We need 4 berries and 1 weed. And that will then give us a spiced berries instead. And the same goes for the mushrooms. And where is it? There. The herby pumpkin and the whatchamacallums, spiced apples. So we definitely need some wheat production, and that's kind of why I'm sort of ahead of time. Get focused a little bit on this. While they are digging that, I think I'm gonna go make a bunch more of these. There we go. Okay, get us some more of those, because then I'm gonna start doing the oh yeah, definitely. I'm gonna start setting up the mushroom farm. It's a little tricky getting the mushroom farm working properly, but it's definitely doable. For now, though, I'm gonna move the turf stuff a little bit out of the way, because right now it's actually a little bit in the way of what we need to do. So let's get a team. These are going to be the bright green ones. So this would be a farm, mushroom. Right. So in order to farm mushrooms, we first need to dig a hole. Then we need to stuff a mushroom in it, and then wait for it to grow up, and then we need to dig it up with a spade. That will then produce X amount of mushrooms. The problem is that it does not leave a hole behind when you dig up the mushroom, so it just becomes soil, which means dig the holes again, and so on and so forth. So we need one bot to start digging holes. We need one bot to stuff mushrooms into the holes. Then we need one to to dig up the mushrooms, i.e. harvest them. And finally, we need one to collect them. So we're going to need at least 4 bots to run this mushroom show. We also need a 5th one to supply some spades. And in terms of keeping up with the speed of things, we may later want to add in a second bot to dig holes. But right now we don't need a massive amount of throughput, so it shouldn't be all that big of an issue just yet. So for starters, we're gonna go fetch a box quick and set that up here. That will then be the, let's see, tool, mushroom farm. And then we'll start by grabbing a supply bot. So this will be supplying the spades for the mushroom farm. So we need this guy to go here to fetch a spade. Swamp. And stuff it in this box over here. Swamp. There we go. And he needs to keep doing this until that box is full. When it's full, just follow the box, please. There you go. Right. Then we need a hole digger. So we're gonna do a dig hole. I'm just gonna attach one to it, just because why not? So he will have to go to this box to pick up a tool whenever his hands are empty. And then we're gonna have him go out here somewhere to dig a hole. And he's basically gonna do this more or less forever. Until hands empty, and then do that forever. Done digging turf, boss. Right, you are. So we shall put that spade back there, and then we'll have the turf dude go dig the next one, which is going to be the weed stuff right there, but that needs to be full. So go do your thing. And we need you to move, because you need to pick up the turf there. Go. Nice. Right. So, oh, okay, yeah, he is doing his thing. Right, so we need a planter for the mushrooms, so we'll have a plant mushroom. And he is going to go to this one particular box right here, fill up his hands, and then go find some holes to stuff them in. And he's going to keep doing this until his hands are empty. We just need to realign the search area like that. And keep doing this forever. Go. And then this will be mushroom stock. This is one of those boxes where I don't want mushroom stock there, where I don't want this box to become empty. So I'm gonna add in one of those unjammers to kind of deal with overflow issues, which at the same time also creates a box that I can actually pull mushrooms from to be used for whatever. So for now, we have one bot going, the other one is there, which is fine. Just want to move this one and turn it like so, and then we'll add in a stack of 3 here. And then at some point we're gonna have to add in the extra bots for the rest of this stuff. Right now we kind of have to wait for the mushrooms to finish growing, so we'll go dig some holes here. just so we can get on with the whole berry bush setup as well. Like so. And then the turf diggers can get their job done. Um, so we can get some weeds planted as well. And I think my furballs just got scared for no apparent reason. All three of them were scrambling through the cage like it was on fire. Okay, looks like we may soon have finished mushrooms, so let's just get a couple of bushes planted here. And then that guy. Oh, right. Whoops. No, 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 la, 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 la. You are not going to go wind up that bot because we need a bot to do that for us. So this will be the winder mushroom. There we go. And you need to be in the mushroom farm, so go find this dude. And just to kind of overlap, actually, I think I'm gonna do this one as sort of a shared between the farms. At least at some point. So what if I do this instead? Yeah, I think that's better. Then I'll just do this setup here, wait for the bot to get discharged again, and then fix up the rest of the script. So right now we're just gonna put him there, sort of, and then stop him. And then he's gonna be wind of farms 1. I'm gonna add in a second one once this one is completed, and just to, you know, kind of cover all 3 farms with 2 bots instead of having 3. And hopefully those 2 bots will then cover each other as well. So we don't have to keep that much of an eye on them to keep them rolling. So I'm gonna add in a farm and then call this one shared, which doesn't make a whole lot sense, but since all of this stuff gets sorted alphabetically, it'll just put it down there. So nice little trick. Right, so we're at a point where we can actually harvest these mushrooms. So let's get a harvester bot for that, apart from the fact that we can't at the moment because no bot has been made. Huh. I wonder if that is because my crafter bot at some point ran out of power. He's trying to find... Oh, a different bot went and did that. Okay, gotcha. So that basically means that this is now inside an area where a different winder bot goes to wind him up. Yeah, we may have to fix that. Is that this guy? Dude, will you cut it out? No, he's not inside there. Strange. Oh well, whatever. Right, so this would be the harvester. Harvest mushroom. And again, this guy, we kind of need to set him up a little bit differently because overall, small thingy for next stream title, put in tutorial. Yeah, I guess. This guy we need to set up a little bit differently because I don't want him to basically just run more or less continuously. I want this guy to kind of stop when this one box is filled. It's just part of who I am and what I do, I guess. Um, well, kind of sharing what my thoughts are on what I'm doing. Some of them turn into more or less of a tutorial. Yeah, I know, and some people don't like that, but eh, some do. Anyways, so this dude, of course, I want him to continuously go harvesting mushrooms for as long as his tool is working. And go fetch a fresh tool when it runs out, but I also want him to stop once this one box right here is filled. Now, in terms of speed and infrastructure and such, that's actually going to pose quite a problem because there's a speed bottleneck that we will keep running into. So to combat that, we can solve it partially by effectively adding in an extra bot to do the other half of the job, basically. But all of that stuff is stuff that we'll look at a different time. So these will then be covering all three farms. Nice. So here I'm gonna make use of basically the same trick that I did with the other. No, with the other bot. Just gonna add in exit on fail, and I'm gonna do the same down here. So this one just forever, exit on fail, and this will then have him cover these two areas entirely on a single bot. And at some point when I manage to get the Crude data disk, I'm basically just going to copy that script and have a second bot sit pretty much in the same spot, monitoring the same area, and hopefully those two bots will be able to keep each other running. So I don't have to go here and fix it all the time. Anyway, back to the harvester. So let's get over here and have him start by fetching a shovel. And we're going to put that in an if statement. If his hands are empty, go fetch one of these. And yep, there will be arguments that there are more efficient ways of doing this in terms of execution speed, I guess, of the scripts. This will have basically a one game tick delay every time this loops, strictly for the purpose of checking whether his hands are empty. Alternatively, I could probably do an if-else, but then again, it's still one tick delay, so it's just one of them things. Anyway, this gives me the functionality that I want, and if throughput is not good enough, then I can always add a second farm, or maybe add a second bot to the same farm. So here we're gonna keep this running until this box is full. Once the box is full, we're gonna have to put him somewhere. So I'm just gonna put him over by the toolbox, like so. There we go. So he's now gonna go harvest up all the mushrooms, and then we just need a bot to collect all the mushrooms. So we'll have a collector, collect mushroom, and of course he needs to be part of the farm stuff up here. So there we go. Go find these. Thank you. And this guy we need to have doing this basically until his hands are full. And for the purpose of collecting these, we actually need to expand the area a little bit because they can drop outside right here. So that should take care of that, and then have him go at these. And he's going to do that until his hands are empty. And the collector we need running all the time. So he's just going to go do that, and over time this will slowly self-adjust to fill out the entire thing. While we're still running these tier 0 bots, that's not entirely likely to happen, simply because they're too slow. But we're not that far off getting a serious upgrade, and that will then help a little bit with those particular issues. So not a big problem at the moment. I'm just going to use the last of the durability on this spade to dig up some more holes for the berries, and then I kind of need to go have a look at the turf, because right now the turf storage is full, so kind of need to do something about that, I guess. Little bit of an issue. And we still need to dig up 5 more holes here, so I wonder if we can borrow somebody's spade, like for example the turf dude, and then just give it back to him afterwards. Hey dude, lend me your... Okay. Super speedy furball just came running across the couch, across my desk, between my body and my arm, and down the floor underneath the furniture behind me, and went like, "Oh, I didn't do nothing, Dad." Holy smokes. Done digging turf, boss. Okay, so let's see if this... Nope. Turf guy. Dig turf. How much? Ooh, there's a decent amount of durability left, so let's go borrow that. Totally didn't let me steal your spade there. So 2 more holes to go, and we've got the berry patch pretty much done. And then, alrighty, you have yourself a great day. I will probably just finish up these 2 last farms and then call it for today. Kind of want to get both of them going, and then we'll take it from there. And tomorrow we can look into some research and whatnot. So, but you have yourself a great day, and we'll catch you next time. Right, so we're done digging up the turf, but we can't really get rid of this turf, which is a little bit of an issue. So I think we're just gonna... there we go, we got the mushrooms. Commemorative slab, yay! There we go. I'm just gonna borrow some of this turf and patch up some of these quick. At least that will then let us spend some of them. Whoops. Get some more. Yeah, we've got all these holes everywhere. There we go. Doesn't that look nice? We can fix up this as well. 4 of those. So let's go fetch 4 more. And that's definitely not gonna be enough just yet, but alternatively I could just put a stack of them next to the box, I guess, but not gonna. Just looks ugly. There. We've got one here, and That guy's still tapping stone. Then again, this one isn't filled, so he's still got work to do. 3 more of these, actually. I'm gonna go pick them up here. And I know that it's not gonna be enough. Alrighty, you have yourself a great evening, my friend. It was good to see you. Right, so that leaves, what, 1? Seriously? Yeah, 1 turf. There. We are rid of them. Cool. Right, so here I'm gonna need 5 more berries, so that's pretty much exactly what we've got left. And that then concludes the berry patch, and then I guess we can basically just put up the weed section pretty much like more or less like the mushroom setup is, except it doesn't require a hole to plant them. You can just plant them straight on the soil as is. So getting a planter running for the wheat farm will be a little bit easier than the other setup. And for whatever reason we have... Oh, right, this guy is actually the one that's causing the issue with this being wound up when it shouldn't be. It's gotta be him. So let's grab him quick. Yes, it is. Right. So I'm just gonna have to move this by 1 tile. Because right now he's actually interfering with the bot shop, which isn't good. So we'll just have to restart this guy to get another bot, and then we'll get the whatchamacallit, wheat farm set up. So collapse all these and get us another team, which will be farm weeds. There we go. Right. So this will be the plant. Whoops. Plant weeds. And his job will be to go to that box right there, which will be the weed stock farms. There we go. Bar. Right. So this guy needs to walk over to that box, fill up his hands. Once I can get through the frickin' thingamajigs until hands full, and then you're gonna go in here and plant up the area. Like so, until your hands are empty, and you'll keep going pretty much forever. Go. And then we'll grab that box and turn it around. Like so, and then I probably need to restart him. Yep, need to restart this guy. And then I think I'm gonna have to go borrow that turf dude's spade again. So we'll do that, just so I don't have to craft up another one, basically. This will then give me 2, which should hopefully be enough to fill his hands. Yep, there we go. Right. So he's now planting those, and then we can set up a bot to go dig them once they are filled. To do that, we're gonna need some more crates. So we'll do a tool there and 1 more of these, like so. We actually need an unjammer for the mushrooms, so we'll do that quick. Unjam mushroom. He belongs in the mushroom farm, of course, so we'll grab him and go over here. and set him to record. So he's gonna grab from there and put into there. And then we're gonna have him wait at yeah, this one, and he's gonna wait for that box to run full, and when it runs full it'll go grab a handful of mushrooms. That'll then just basically keep it all running more or less continuously, at least until it all fills up. So just building up an extra buffer, but in a way where our main supply doesn't, hopefully doesn't ever run out. So should be good. And this will then be a tool for weeds farm. There we go. Then we need a spade supplier. So we'll have a spade supplier for the weeds farm. There we go. This guy, go to the tool shop and fetch a spade from there. And go put it in this box. And do this until the box is full. And then we'll just have him wait by that one. Go. That'll take care of this. And then we can set up a harvester. Because the other ones, the weeds, I kind of need some lighting here. It's getting dark where I am. So bear with me for a minute while I go turn on some light. There we go. Now I can actually see my keyboard again. Nice. Right. And I think I have a mouse almost sitting on my control panel for my stream. Not good. Some funny stuff can happen when a Chin decides to walk all over control panels and keyboards and whatnot. Really funky stuff. Right, so this will be the wheat harvester, so we'll go have him go fetch a shovel if he needs it. Hands empty. I'm basically going to use the more or less exact same setup as for the mushrooms, just to make sure that he stops digging when that box is full, basically. So we're going to have him do this and do that until the stock box is filled. When it's filled, have him go to the toolbox, and that should be fine. There we go. And then we need a collector. So we'll go fetch a collector, or create a collector bot. Weeds, and here again we need to remember that they can actually drop outside, so we're gonna have to expand the area a little bit, just to make sure that we collect all of them. Collect all the goodies until hands are full, and when you're full, go drop off right there until empty and keep going forever. There we go. So this should now be more or less self-adjusting, at least until the stock box is full. And once that runs full, we can add in an unjammer for it, so we can actually go pick up resources over here, which will be very useful. And we need a box there. And then I actually need 2 more of these, so please make 2 more, thank you. And this would then be the tool for the berry farm. And that will be the berry stock. Farms. Ugh. Ew. Like that. That's better. There we go. Okay. And I guess this needs to be renamed too. Let's rename this to mushroom supply. Whoops. At the farms. There we go. And this would then be the weed supply. Weeds supply at the farms. And that would then be the berry supply. Berry supply at the farms. There we go. Nice. Right. So, what kind of tool do we need for the berries? Well, at the moment we don't quite have any particularly useful tool except for a stick, which of course does do the trick, but I'm halfway tempted to hold off adding in the setup for the berry farm until we've accomplished the whatchamacallit farming technology upgrade, because then we get the flail, which effectively just has a much better durability. So we get more berries out of a single durability worth on the tool versus doing it with a stick. I think we get like 10 bashes on a stick and we get 20 on the flail. So economy-wise, it's a little better using that, and we don't exactly have a massive income of sticks as it is. So for the sake of not running completely out, I think we'll go down that route. But since we now have food coming in by means of mushrooms, next time we'll set up the seed dispenser, the colonist incubator, and the research station, and build up a small village of sorts where we can put a couple of colonists and do a research station and start getting into some research so we can get some much needed upgrades for pretty much everything. But for today, I think I'm gonna call it here. We managed to get ourselves a nice building area. We upgraded the plank and pole production a bit by basically doubling the capacity, and we also managed to get a good foundation for some rudimentary food production going, so we're actually doing pretty good. Not too bad. This is the beginning of the wonderful world of Shardania, and I am Sheridan, and thank you all for joining. See you tomorrow.